Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Rockin' Your Business call. We're excited to have you here today, and we have a couple of great presenters. As always, McKenna sends it out to the stratosphere to nominate some presenters, and this month's topic was virtual parties versus in-home contact or in-home parties. And we got some great nominations as always. I know you guys love to nominate those people who are doing a great job, and we love to have you share. And we got two great ones here with us today. We have Shannon Cocotte and Amanda Lawrence, and they have really done a great job with what they're doing. Shannon's going to talk to us about in-person consults, parties, whatever she wants to call those, and she'll explain how she does those. And then Amanda's going to talk to us about virtual parties, and she's really rocking those. So we're excited to have them here. What we've asked them to do is just to tell a little bit about themselves, and then we ask them some questions which they'll go through that will kind of help explain what they're doing and why they're successful. So I'm going to turn the time over to Shannon first and let her introduce herself, but then go ahead and explain to us what she's doing that's working for her.
Hi there. I want to start off by saying thank you to those that nominated me for this call, and thank you, Unique, for having me, because it's a true honor. My name is Shannon Cocotte, and I started Unique 10 months ago while owning a chocolate storefront called Mama's Creative Sweets in Windsor, Virginia. So yes, a lot of people call me Mama. I won #1 chocolatier for all of Eastern Virginia and Entrepreneur of the Year. So yes, I was a very busy lady when I started Unique. I would spend 12 to 16 hours a day working with chocolate, and during the holidays, I would be there up to 22 straight hours without leaving, come home, sleep for 3 hours, and do it all over again. Now, do you want to hear the crazy part? When I started Unique, I had no internet and no fancy phone available while I was at Mama's to work my Unique business. I achieved yellow status in 11 days, fast start in my first month, pink in 5 weeks, and on September 20th, I promoted to blue, which also was the same day I closed Mama's Creative Sweets. I have to say thank you, Unique, because I love my new life and I am no longer working myself to death. I promoted to green in January. I've earned the trip, and I currently have over 41,000 in personal lifetime sales. So are you wondering how I did it? Well, I did it the good old-fashioned way. Something I have to kind of share with all of you, I am very old school. I take big Canon camera selfies. I am actually currently talking on a computer, not a cell phone, a computer. And 99% of my business is face-to-face. So when I started, I actually owned a flip phone. Technology is not my thing, and I'm a one-on-one kind of girl. I do all of my business on a computer, a home phone, and I spend more of my time actually talking to people on the phone or in person than I do via messaging on Facebook or texting on my cell phone. Now, please don't misunderstand. Technology is a beautiful and great thing. I am very active on my Facebook page. I have a pretty large following and a lot of interaction. Yes, I do chat with people via Facebook, and yes, I'm proud to say I actually own one of those fancy phones. So I know it's a shocker, but I took the plunge. So do I still use technology for my business? Yes, I do, and it does come in handy. I was asked to talk about how I run my business, and to be honest, I'm a little nervous because y'all are going to think I'm crazy. Well, truth be told, everybody knows I am the crazy makeup lady. I've always been that person that when everybody's over in right field playing baseball, I'm over on left field looking at rainbows and playing with butterflies. I've always been the type that thinks outside of the box and always try to think of ways to be different than what everybody else is doing. That is what makes me unique. And the one thing I love most about this company, we all get to be unique. We all run our business differently, and each of us have something different that works for us. So I run my business the way I feel most comfortable, just like I encourage all of you to do what makes you comfortable and happy. Take a little bit of what I have to say today and a little bit of what Amanda is going to tell you today, and make your own unique potion. So how do I run my business? The good old-fashioned way? What does the good old-fashioned way or old school way mean? Well, it means interacting with people in person. Other people do one-on-ones, makeovers, consultation, but I like to call mine play dates. And what does that mean? It means people come over and they play with my makeup. When I first started, I asked people if they'd like to come over to help me practice and learn new things. I found that people love to help other people. I was new at this and I wanted to learn how to put makeup on other people. Everybody has different skin types or their eyes are shaped different. You know what I mean. Because when I started doing this, I am learning how to help ladies with all types of makeup questions. I personally have dry skin, so when a lady tells me she has oily skin, it's harder to relate to her. But now I'm able to relate to her because I get to see how our products work on all skin types. It's not just something I read somewhere, it's real people I know and learn from. The really big thing about play dates is they get to see, touch, and feel the product. We can tell people this is the greatest stuff in the world, but until they try it, they really don't believe us. How many of you, before you started Unique, thought to yourself, well, I'm not sure about all this unique stuff? I think a lot of times we forget that we once were hesitant too. Some of the things I do during a play date. Number one, I make them feel comfortable and I want to make them laugh. So I always say, I can promise you that you'll have a good time today, but I can't promise you what you're going to look like. Remember, I'm still learning. They laugh and I say, of course, I'm just kidding. Number two, I only do half of their face, and I actually take pictures throughout the play date so they can see the transformation. The one thing that I've never understood is why makeup ladies, they do your whole face, you buy all this stuff, you get home and you have no idea what to do with it. So I do half of their face, and then they do the other half when I'm done. They get to work with the tools and the products, and it helps them to learn. And at this moment, that's when they fall in love with everything. And it's also that moment when they learn I truly care about them and their needs. Number three, never ever make them feel like they have to buy. Remember, you asked them to help you by coming over to play so you could practice. When I'm done, I write out what we played with on an index card so they can take it with them. And I say, this is what we played with today, so you have it for the future if you need it. I also make a copy for myself. By doing that, they don't feel pressured to buy. And every single time, ladies, every single time I've done this, they have always said, I'd like to get some of these items. And sometimes they say, I want it all. So if you don't have the items on hand, I personally take out my little Walmart sales receipt book and I write up their order. I found that when I used to say, oh, I'll send you my link so you can order, almost always they would never order. I know for myself personally, when I purchase from other direct sales companies, I just want to tell a person what I want and pay them. People sometimes miss out on sets or specials, and for me, this is that extra customer service that I provide for them that goes a long ways. Number four, which I feel is the most important thing about my old school ways, I built a relationship with them. I made them feel loved and special. They don't feel pressured to buy, and when they leave, they feel amazing. And when they feel amazing, they're going to tell all of their friends. Like I always say, people won't remember what you say or what you do, but they will always remember how you made them feel. And like my mama used to say when she was alive, treat people the way you would want to be treated. So for me, my business is very personal, and it's about helping women to feel confident. You would not even believe how many ladies have come over and looked at me and said, nobody has ever shown me how to put on mascara or how to put on eyeliner, so that's why I don't wear it. It's the most rewarding part of my playdates and my old school ways is that I physically get to help them learn something that nobody has ever taken the time to show them. I feel it's a little bit harder to do that on a computer or a cell phone. They leave so happy, and when you stop looking at this as a business and you make it more personal, you will start to see your business explode. So are you wondering how well my playdates do? My playdates are always over $100, and I've had orders over $300 more than once. Now let me tell you something. I am in a little tiny country, small town, and people don't have a lot of money. So my customers aren't rich, but yet they spend this kind of money. They leave knowing that any reason they have questions or problems, they can call me, and I'm going to be happy to help them with their questions and fix any problems they may have. I also tell my ladies that we can always have a get-together. I can come over and we can play makeup with your friends, and you can earn free makeup. I don't say party because I feel like it freaks people out that they have to clean their house, make a ton of food, invite a million people to come over, so that's why I say get-together. I tell them a get-together means just you and 3 or 4 of your friends sitting at the kitchen table playing with makeup. They love it, and honestly, I like it better with just a handful of ladies because I'm able to build relationships with each of them. So I keep it sweet and simple. I find that my get-togethers, or as everybody else calls them, parties or shows, are always more successful with a few ladies rather than if I have 10 or 12 ladies. I'm not kidding when I say the more time you spend with them, the more money they spend. So my get-togethers lead into more get-togethers, into more play dates, and from those play dates, I'm able to send them a before and after picture. And I always, and I mean always, ask if it's okay if I share their before and after pictures on my Facebook. When they say yes, I share them on Facebook, and because of those pictures, I get more play dates. People love to see our faces, but they really love to see other faces they know. And when their friends see their transformation, they want all the makeup their friend is wearing now. Once again, we can tell people that unique is the greatest thing in the world, but since we sell it, they don't always believe us. If a friend tells them it's the greatest makeup in the world, they want some of it too. So, now are y'all thinking this sounds like a lot of work? Well, it really is how you look at it. I used to think spending 10 days posting in an online party sounded like a lot of work, but guess what? It really isn't. It's the same thing with my get-togethers and my one-on-ones, which I like to call play dates. So whether you're an online party person or a face-to-face kind of person, either way, they are both successful ways to run your business. So in closing, I know the old school way is not for everybody, but just think for one moment, if Facebook disappeared, what would you do? I'm a believer that it is always good to have a backup plan. Just like if the power goes out, I know how to send smoke signals for help. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that old school. So hopefully this helps some of you ladies out there today.
Thank you so much, Shannon. I love well, number one, I love your enthusiasm, and I'm sure that shows through when you meet people and you talk with them face to face. I was sitting here thinking, I want you to come and do my makeup. It would be a great, fun play date. That would be awesome. But thank you so much for sharing. And one of the reasons we wanted to do these two topics today is to kind of show there are different ways to do this business, and you can be successful either way. So now we get to hear from Amanda Lawrence, and she's going to talk about virtual parties and how she does it, which is going to be totally different. And hopefully you can get some ideas there as well.
Awesome. Thank you. I just learned so much from Shannon, so I'm so excited to be here. So my name is Amanda, and I am actually a Green Elite status presenter. I have been with Unique for a little over a year now. I have $45,000 in lifetime PRS, and I've personally sponsored 86 people. It's been an incredible journey so far. But listen, I had a really rocky start. It took me about 3 months to really get into the idea of being great at this and seeing the possibilities everywhere. I always remember thinking to myself, there is no way I will ever become a leader within this company. That seems impossible. Then one day, I was so inspired by another presenter, and ever since then, my fire has been lit, and I have not stopped, and guess what? I will not ever stop. Unique is my passion. It's what I love. I feel like I was made to do this, made to be a leader to all of these incredible women, and made to have them all as my friends and sisters. The main thing that I will always tell everyone is that there are always walls that you will hit, and there are hurdles that you're always going to have to jump over. You're never going to start out being superb at anything. And you'll never start out being an expert in any field, but you can get there. Anyone can get there and become an expert. All you have to do is educate yourself and fall flat on your face a few times. When I first started Unique, I was horrible with my parties. I had no idea what I was doing. I had one successful party in my first 4 months. One. I'll tell you what I did know, though. I did know that I was determined to make this work because I saw that potential. So guess what? The research, the education, and the failed attempts falling flat on my face began. I once heard that to become a leader or an expert, on one topic or in any field, you have to read at least 5 books. Very few people will read 5 books on any one subject, but research and education are the key to becoming successful. So, how do I throw successful virtual parties? What I've learned is that the most important aspect of throwing a successful party is building a great relationship with your hostess, and also to provide great substance and put on an awesome show. Send your hostess messages leading up to the party, get to know her, get her comfortable with you, and get her as excited as possible and feeling confident in your ability to have a successful party. The more pumped up she is and the more confident she is in you and your relationship with her, the more she is going to be willing to participate and work with you once the party starts. Your hostess's participation and comments are so, so important to the success of your party. I like to have the hostess post something on her personal Facebook page with a picture of herself, letting everyone know that she's going to be starting a great group, which is whatever you choose to label your parties as, and that she has fallen in love with the products and is so eager to share them with her friends. This will prepare her friends for the invite so that they know what to expect. The reason why I ask her to post it with a selfie is because selfies get the most attention, and this will help to set her up for success if she decides to join your team. Once the day has come that the party is starting, I create the group and I get my first initial welcome post in the group, which is always a video of me introducing myself and talking about what they should expect and what they will gain. And I message my hostess and I let her know that it's all set up and it's ready to go for her. And I ask her if she's comfortable posting a picture of herself in the group with a brief introduction about how excited she is and letting them know that I'm great and that she's very confident in my abilities to present these products. Once the welcomes are posted, my hostess adds her friends and they essentially look around and get a feel for me by watching my video and decide whether or not they want to stick around, which is why the welcome video is so important and why you should always have something for the guests to see when they come into the group. Otherwise, you're going to miss your chance to impress them and grab their attention. The first day is the most important day. I like to think to myself, what would keep me in there? What would keep me interested? It's really all uphill from there, you guys. I post 2 more times on the introduction day. I post a picture of myself and my daughter to be more relatable, and I introduce myself again and really reiterate that this will be fun and unique and that they will gain great value from this. Then I start with my first tutorial that very night with some skincare, and I actually make sure to show myself up close and personal with no makeup on so that they can really see what the products are capable of later on, and this also makes me vulnerable. Once the intro day is over, I post 3 times a day, and my parties are mostly videos and very few pictures. This is because my main goal is to get everyone in there as comfortable with me as possible in the short amount of time that we have together. I make myself vulnerable, relatable, and I really just open myself up, and I showcase my fun personality. I post tutorials on basic makeup, and then I get into tips and tricks after that. You have to remember, you guys, these people don't know you. If you're terrified and you don't know a thing about makeup, they have no idea about that unless you act the part. Be confident and go into each party with a plan. Develop a script that you use every time so that you have something to reference and go back to. This way you aren't scrambling to find something to post about every day, and you look professional and you look confident. So how is it that I drive people to the party page while being genuine? So your goal is to give these people an experience like no other. Be unique. Allow them to see that this isn't going to be like any other online party that they've been in. Tell them that in your welcome video. Put it out there so that they know what to expect. Build anticipation for what you are about to bring to the table. Make sure you look great in your welcome video, that you're happy, you're bright. This way they're intrigued and ready to hear what you have to say. And the rest of my posts and videos, I always do things to grab their attention. I move my hands around when I talk. I'm super vocal with my facial expressions. I do everything that I can to grab their attention. I'm happy. I'm excited. I try to get my excitement to rub off on them. I want them to be excited too. I like to create a no pressure, no sales, non-pushy environment with my parties. They are essentially makeup classes that teach women how to become more confident in their ability to apply their makeup. Make the most out of their makeup application, and at the same time learn about how incredible unique is and how makeup really just enhances their beauty and gives them more ways to feel confident in themselves. Each day is cohesive with the next day, almost like a makeup and skincare journey. Everything I post in my parties is a picture or video of me. Again, I am building that relationship from afar with all of these women who don't know anything about me and have no reason to support me. But if they see me 3 times a day as if we are having a conversation and I'm bringing some kind of value into their life in the form of makeup tips, tricks, and tutorials, they will begin to trust me, and I won't just be another unique presenter that's trying to sell them a mascara for only $29. As they see the videos and they learn these things from me, it makes the products more desirable because they see how easy they are to use and how great they look. I have come to realize that if I take the pressure off of myself for gaining sales, and it's more about being genuine and helping women to make the most of their makeup routine, the sales actually come naturally. I don't pressure people into commenting or interacting with each other. I don't do games or anything like that. What actually ends up happening when I used to do games was that people just ended up wanting the freebies and never bought anything, so I was out that money. If I keep it straightforward and to the point, people take me seriously, they trust me, and they trust the products more because I don't come off as someone who is desperate to move the products. This way of doing the party creates a vibe that they need the products, but not that I need to sell them the products. As the party winds down toward the last few days, I start to slip the opportunity in there. Sneaky, sneaky. By sharing my story again, being relatable, I offer the hostess a gift if her friends decide to book a party with me also. This has worked so much better for me instead of offering a free product for those who book. I post a few attraction marketing posts about working at home with my kids. You could post maybe a picture of yourself with your makeup done all crazy and your child in the picture putting your makeup on, saying something like, I have to go clean up this mess at work, insinuating that your job is to stay home and play with makeup and your kids. At this point in the party, people have been watching you, they trust you more, and they feel as if they know you pretty well. Since they have seen so many videos of you, they feel as if they have been having a 10-day conversation with you. This will allow them to feel like they can relate with you and allow their wheels to turn about the opportunity. And as the last days approach, you'll start to remind people that there are 2 days left or that it's the last day to get your orders in. Remind them you are a color matching expert. Even if you don't feel you are, just make yourself feel that. Be the part, play the part. You are there to answer questions, etc. Create that sense of urgency, but always post these things with a picture of yourself again, so they're seeing you, how great your makeup looks, and not a giant purple picture that says 2 days left, and you say, order now before it's too late. That is not welcoming and seems like a sales pitch, and guess what, you guys? People hate to be sold to. So what has worked best for me and what are my main tips and tricks in all of this? Creating that relationship with my hostess and interacting with her friends as they comment without pressuring them into being my friend or interacting with me has been a key factor in being successful in my parties. I always amp up my hostess, I get her pumped up, and I let her know all of the things that she can do to have the most successful party as possible. We communicate, and so she can essentially get the most free products as possible. This really sets the tone for a cohesive and successful party because she is excited to host and excited to earn free product and get her friends involved. Being myself and creating a no-pressure environment while being as welcoming as possible on the first day is always a great way to set a positive tone for people. Before I started my newest way of doing parties, which is essentially a makeup crash course, I did research on what women needed most help with when it comes to their makeup. I looked up the most popular techniques and I incorporated all of that into my script so that I could be sure to add the most value as possible to their lives in the short amount of time that they have with me. Doing this makes everyone in the party anticipate what I will post next. They get excited about my videos and my tips, and they begin to trust me and feel like they know me. That has been the biggest success factor for me. Being myself and being true to who I am is so important, and the same goes for you. Be true to yourself and be true to who you are. Do not ever try to be anyone else. People are watching for you, not for someone else. I have learned through trial and error that people want to feel like they want to treat themselves to these products, not that they were pressured into being told that they need to help their friend to earn free products or that they need to order now before it's too late. My biggest piece of advice is to be casual, be you, be confident in your abilities to put on the best party possible. Treat it as if you are an expert. You've been doing this forever. You have been doing this for years. People want to hear from you. They want to learn from you, and they have been looking for someone as incredible as you to spend this next 10 days with. That's all I have for you guys. I hope that helped, and I hope that provided some value for you guys.
That was awesome. Thank you so much, Amanda. There are many different ways to run your businesses and to be successful. There's probably a different way for every single one of our presenters. But I think these are some great ideas, and I love your thought about being an expert, but I also love how much research that you've put into learning about the market itself and what women need to know and what they want to know about. Those are important things for us to do. And, I'm always encouraging those activities for you. So,
Absolutely, I agree.
And we will have another business call next month. As she posts another topic, I don't know what that is yet. She may know. We look and see what kinds of things are trending when we decide on these topics, and a lot of things that people are asking for, things that they would want to learn about, and so we think this is a great one. It helps you build your business. And something else that I really wanted to point out is both Amanda and Shannon have been in this business relatively the same amount of time, within a couple of months, and they both have PRS over $40,000. And so either way of running your business really can work for you as long as you're willing to work hard and do what you need to be successful. So I congratulate both of them on that. And I thank them for being on this call, and we look forward to our next Rockin' Your Business call. Thanks, everyone.